Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time once again for some more Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. And we want to be getting into this room here. Hello, Red Priest. There's a Red Priest behind this door. Interesting. We want to get into this room where the alchemy equipment is. So let's head down this way. Now, I was a little concerned last time. There's a dead body on the floor. I'm going to crouch down because I see gratings to either side. Iron bars through which we could be detected if there were foes. There's bodies hanging in gibbets here. They may not be able to detect us unless one or two were actually alive and searching for us. And hello, I spy a Red Priest. This looks like he's heating coals over some kind of grill. Could also be a torture device. Now then, I will take the laboratory key. Torn Red Priest robe. Sure, let's just take the lot for now. And I will scurry back this way. Now, previously, in this area, I commented that I had observed the system's skill increase by doing. I had snuck around and gained sneaky experience while no one was watching me and no one was hearing me and there was no one around with a possibility of detecting me. I think that is a problem, a bug or exploit that should definitely be fixed by the developers. Likewise, this was opening locked doors. Yeah, there were locks for me to open. Evasion. I practiced a little dodging while there was nothing harmful that I was actually attempting to evade, and the evasion skill increased. I'm not sure that my blocking skill has gone up from practicing blocking, but it has got me concerned, and I hope that doesn't continue to be an issue. Also, I don't know when we're going to be getting levels or experience. If there is an experience. No, there's experience up here. Let's get this door opened. And, oh hello, I see you. Now, let's utilize the body on the rack as cover. That's not really a rack, that's more of a... Hello, you. Oi.
The prophet wants you dead.
Get bonked.
Power of the
Clearly, this is a set of skills we will have to increase. I'll take those coins and the dagger. Bandages, Red Priest Carol, and torn Red Priest. Right, let's look at these. We already have a full set of this apart from the bandages, so I will take those. Question is, do I wish to disguise myself as a Red Priest? It may aid me in my escape from this place. These bodies here are suspended in glass containers, which are additionally suspended by chains. No, the chains are not attached. What then is the purpose of the chains? Is it for lifting these and moving them around the room? For supporting them during dangerous experiments when they may wiggle about and become unstable and could fall over and break? Dash and push. Push is middle and right and left. I really need to be able to rebind these controls. No, that's not it. So, middle, right, and left. So you want me to left click, right click, and middle mouse button simultaneously. That is a horrible combination. I'm too used to having my middle finger on the right mouse button, not on the middle mouse wheel. And I'd take it off the right mouse, and then I'd have to get another finger onto the right mouse button. It's just, please, developers, allow us to rebind these combat controls because they are a nightmare. Spectral Sword. Is that a spell? Let me see. Magic buff, summon spectral sword based on... Okay. This looks like a scroll. I want to be cautious of that. Also, I'd like to address the fact that I put Kigvat in a dress when she gained access to one. Is this... Now, it's got clipping with these wraps on the sleeves. Yep. And additionally clipping with the top of these trousers. I could have kept her wearing the torn Red Shield's leather armor, which would have given her a better armor rating. Why did I instead switch over to this piece of light armor as opposed to a piece of medium armor? Well, we have medium, light. So in theory, what I'm doing is boosting 2 armor skills simultaneously as she is struck and takes damage, rather than pouring it all into one, and we don't have any decent heavy armor yet. He says going back to check the shield, which is not listed as a type of armor. We have our healing spell, and how do we... It was Q. Excellent. Yes, there we go. We have now used a healing spell. Before looking at Muron's method of separating the mind, I will go back to this. I also recommend that you refresh your elementary knowledge about the ingredients of a healing concoction. These are alcohol and sage, not poisonous plants and heart. Alcohol and sage it is. Because there is supposedly alchemical equipment in here that we can use. It says alchemy station. I have. Some mead and some sage. I could absolutely do this. And I'll do it again. And one more time. So now, I have not only managed to avail myself of a number of healing potions. Can I hotkey this to something quick? I'm not sure that I can. I may need to open the inventory to utilize these items. There's no equip. Alchemy has indeed increased somewhat. So it would appear that either these proficiency increases are independent of the experience. We got some experience from a fight there, so let's bear that in mind and try and remember how to... Okay, so sprint to run. How do we walk again? It's been far too long since I last played this. Real life got in the way. Let's just leave it at that. The encyclical of the second pope. Yet many are truly corrupt and indolent. They claim to know the prophet, but their deeds tell a different story. Sullied are their minds and their consciences. And the prophet sees all and casts filth upon their flesh. Their skin is covered in red marks. It festers and flakes off their bodies. The fever consumes them from the inside like an unquenchable fire. The dread death not only takes their lives, but also deprives their souls of the chance for salvation. There is, however, hope for the impure. For the prophet says, renounce your unruliness, dishonesty, and indolence. Take my word to your lips and into your hearts, and your souls will be purified as mine was purified. And thus says the prophet, trust in my disciples as you trust in me, for they will lead you towards the cure. If you bring harm to them, whether with deeds, words, or thought, it will be as if you brought harm to me, and for that you will be severely punished. If we ever meet this prophet, although I suspect he is no longer among the living, we may suffer sorely for the wrongs we have had to commit upon the priests who kept us imprisoned here and practiced unsavory torture upon us and experiments. Roundups records. Elder Weird, woman, age 20 to 25 years of average build, potential ++. Elder Weird, man, age 35 to 40, of average build, potential +. Is it one less plus because of his age or because he's a man? I'm going to think it's age. I'm not going to think they're planning on implanting something into the uterus to, like, grow a disease cure or something weird. Mather, Mines area. Man, age 25 to 30. Strong physique, potential ++. Like the woman, then. So he doesn't get a third plus for strong physique, because he's a little bit older, maybe? Southern Road of Quarnacht. Man, age 45 to 50. Frail. Potential plus. Not a minus. East of Grubwood. Woman, aged 18 to 20. Of slim build. Potential... ? Charred Conclave. Woman, aged 35 to 40. Of slim build. Potential +++. And she's older, so the slim build helps. The strong physique helps. We don't know what they were being considered for. It is time, my brothers. I hear you cry, woe is us! Woe is us, for we have escaped death, only for it to follow us all the way to the promised land. You may have brought it with you. But I say this, all is not lost. I say this, we have been delivered to our salvation, to the only place where we can battle the Red Death and emerge victorious. For there is one thing we did not have in the homelands, one thing native only to Avalon, one thing that is the answer to all our prayers, the weirdness. As I suspected, I believe we've already encountered indications that they are utilizing the weirdness in their attempts to seek a cure. Many think that the weirdness is nothing but another bane, an instrument of our inevitable doom, but I believe it is our only hope for survival. We should not fear it, but embrace it and welcome it into our minds. This will heal our bodies. Seek items at the edge of the weirdness. Touch them. Let them heal us. I call upon all the brave and all the faithful. Spread the word. Prepare your tools. Eradicate doubt and fear until all that is left are minds ready to accept the weirdness as our saving grace. Now, I'd like to remind you that we have learned that the Red Church and its inquisitors blamed the Druids for perpetuating the weirdness and sought to eradicate the Druids to reduce or prevent the weirdness from increasing, and yet they're utilizing the weirdness in that. So what they're doing is they want to be the only people who get to use the weird, and they don't want anyone else to be able to take claim for it, and by laying the claim at another's door, they are avoiding the responsibility. So they're avoiding the blame associated that they should fully accept for the experiments they are conducting. This is very unethical. We're having some of that. Devil's Snare, Mistletoe, Spirit. We can make more healing potions with that. Not you can use a brain. No. Empty chest. Oh, hello. History of the island asylum. I'll take that. Oh, female, a prophetess. Right. Okay. And then the prophet said to her disciples, "Go to the marshes, where those who marked by the plague await their demise, and aid them. Build an asylum where peace can be brought to their bodies and their souls. Do not grieve and do not fret, for as long as you hold my teachings in your hearts, so long shall I live." And when she breathed her last breath, her acolytes buried her on the Isle of the Dead. Then they went to a dark morass, where, as per her command, they built a lazaret for those suffering from the plague. A lazaret is it's a leper's house. It's a leper colony. Just as lepers were called Lazarus men for quite some time in the medieval period, and earlier, in fact. And so it happened that one day King Arthur and his court were passing by the island, when suddenly he heard a beautiful voice calling him. The voice was coming from the prophet's tomb. And so Arthur went there and ordered his men to remove the coffin's stone lid, but what he saw inside were not bones, but a beautiful woman who seemed to have been snatched by death in slumber mere moments ago. And then Arthur heard her words loud and clear. "Arthur, the plague is a daunting trial for all of us. My disciples brave it among the foul-smelling marshes and poisonous vapours, yet they do not complain. They humbly preach the word, asking nothing in return. So it falls upon me to ask on their behalf for a place worthy of their toil." The King Arthur said, "I will grant your request." And he told his sister Morgane to leave the four-dweller ruins on the Isle of the Dead. He ordered his men to ready the place for the priests clad in red, so they could continue their service to the people. So Morgane would be this world's version of Morgana Le Fay. And the four dwellers would be like the Fomorians, the... Oh god, there's like there's four invasions of Ireland, isn't it? There's the something, the Tuatha De Danann, the Fomorians, and the fourth one is like the humans who eventually come and move in. I can't remember all it is. Are these healing potions? They look like healing potions. I'm having those. I am anticipating requiring their usage. And I believe... Hello. I am absolutely going to be sneaking through here. Have some of those sweet tooth mushrooms. Now, this could lead me into certain peril. So I'd better get my mace and shield ready. I am suspecting this will not be a kind of a passage that allows me to circumvent certain danger, but rather one that might lead me to something I can claim and then return. Oh, now we come to worked stone floor. Hello. Is this where I think it is? Is this the... Wait. No. This is a different priest. There's two of them. That's a big ass. That is the one I could see before. These two up there, big problem. I'm not sure I'm ready for group combat with these awkward, clunky combat controls that involve the frequent pressing of the middle mouse wheel. Unfortunately, not all controls can be rebound. Now, I do have plenty of healing potions. So what I should probably do, then, is seek to sneak across that walkway. To its far end, where the door lies open. I believe, at this altitude, I am far out of sight of those down below, but they may hear me. And for that, I should be cautious and possibly move more slowly. What is the walk button again? Okay, WASD can now be rebound. Those have been added. Walk is caps lock. Okay. So now I am sneaking more slowly. It's almost full Skyrim controls, and that's not entirely a bad thing. They're popular controls, and they worked. Uh-oh. Go on an autosave. That can't be good. You are still there, aren't you? My red-clad friend. No. He is... Wait. I believe he is there. So currently they do not seem to be in motion. We have snuck well and probably as intended. It would do wise to work on those combat skills, however. And those men down below, well, they may give us the perfect opportunity. Although, I don't fancy the odds of tackling 2 or 3 at once. Now, it's also worth noting that I did accidentally align Kigva with the druids. So she should be taking these wrongs they have committed against her people very personally indeed. And as such, oh yeah, the other reason I put her in the dress, in addition to wanting to work on multiple combat skills at once, was to give her a little bit of a sense of normality. I didn't put her in a dress because she's a girl and a woman, and women should wear dress. No. I put her in a dress because she has been naked in her prison cell and tortured for so long that just wearing the kind of clothes she's used to, it makes her feel a bit more human again, a little bit more normal. I mean, come on, they took her plait, they took her ponytail. She's pissed off enough at that as it is. And now, she could go armoured like a man. And while that may protect her a little bit more, she wants a little bit of normalcy. A little bit of a feeling of returning to the way life was outside this place. And that was my main purpose, actually. Role-playing, character motivation, and we got a club and we're not afraid to use it. Well, it's more of a mace, really. It's a very small-headed mace. And that's actually fairly historically accurate. Most weapons were a lot smaller than they are depicted in computer games. Or in a lot of fancy artwork. Now, we do have potions. And we're likely to need... Okay. I think Red Priest and Red Guard. Okay. Unbelievably successful at sneaking. You!
Sacrifice to the prophet! You're no match for me. My resolve is unshaken.
Why?
My faith gives me strength.
Oh god, clobber him.
The word is with me. The word
It's him.
is with me.
Okay, I'd better drink some of those potions. Hit him.
My faith will not falter. My resolve is unshaken.
Okay, what I'm doing at the moment is incredibly clunky and suboptimal. I'm sure there's some kind of heavy attack combo and the shield push out of a block that I can do. For now, I'm just trading light attacks and blocking. Dagger, bandages, red priest, dagger fairly lightweight, we'll leave the rest. Oh, no. Now you take the coins and leave the rest. I'm not even going to try and sneak up on this last priest. I'm just going to walk towards him, weapon and shield in hand. He will eventually become aware of my presence, and I will attempt a heavy attack.
My faith will not falter.
Got him. We'll take the coins and leave the rest. Now then, a cooking pot. Since we seem to regain our mana fairly swiftly, that healing spell of ours is really useful. What recipes do we know? A simple meal? Sure. And I see cooking skill increase. Okay, we don't have enough for anything else. But what we do have is improve our cooking skill ever so slightly. Now, one-handed improved, good, yeah. Blocking improved a bit. Light armor, medium armor, so mostly medium armor gain there, obviously because of what we're wearing, but that's okay. Blood, Hearts and Guts, The Alchemy of Viscera. Author Kjellmund the Scarlet. Every alchemist worth their cauldron should not be afraid to get their hands dirty. There is no greater pleasure than sticking your hands up to your elbows into a chest cavity and removing a heart that was not so long before tirelessly pumping lifeblood into the body. There is a primal power in the viscera, a fact that those who prefer to stain their dirty fingers with herbs and flowers do not want to acknowledge. How can anyone claim that the bark of an oak, no matter how holy it might be, could yield better results than the flesh of a living, breathing creature? It is beyond me. Trees do not think. They do not feel. They are not driven by instincts. There is nothing about them that could translate into greater potency of ingredients. The rage of a cornered beast, its fear and its will to survive are what produce the strongest ingredients and therefore the strongest potions. These concoctions can push humans beyond their limits and awaken their primal nature by transferring fear into fury. For we are very much unlike the beasts we hunt, and that is through alchemy, and it is through alchemy that we can be brought closer to them again. I will take this heretical text, which is an anathema to the druids, and I may very well not... Hello, a dagger? We'll have that. I will probably not pursue some of those recipes, but it would be good to be aware of the wickedness these priests have been up to here. Yeah, I'm just going to close that again. I imagine with the bone meal I may be able to craft something of use to escape from this place, but it goes against almost everything Kigva stands for. Oh, there's a hole in the wall over here as well. Excellent. Now, I wonder if going across that walkway will eventually lead us down to here. Hello. Oh, look. They want me to... Yeah, bloody fairy. Ugh. On the forbidden alchemy of viscera. Yeah, you see this word forbidden? I'm just not gonna. A small mana potion. Well, here's the thing. I have plenty of mana. and it seems to replenish at an incredibly swift rate. Oh, yeah, leather hood. Oh. Aha! Well, it does look fancy, doesn't it? At least this way, though, she's got a head covering which is actually good manners in medieval society. And again, this is less medieval, more Iron Age. But in medieval society, it was considered incredibly ill-mannered to be bareheaded. And so almost everyone had some kind of head covering most of the time. Now, is our club in a bad condition? It doesn't seem to have any sort of durability on display. Well, let's quicken our pace and shunt down here. Uh-oh. That looks serious. This looks like... Wait for it. So if we had not found that not-so-secret passage in the alchemy laboratory, we could have got in this way. However, these priests did not enter through this. Surely not. Oh, bugger. Yeah, that was a hit the bloody Windows key because it's by the control key, and yeah. That was a bit of an issue. There was a doorway over here, through which I am almost certain they entered. This door probably cannot be Yep, can't be interacted with at all, can't even be selected or highlighted. I am clearly not going to go through there, that would lead to my doom. And would lead me away from my escape from this hellhole. Clearly Kigva has no intention of escaping in that direction. So we know the king favoured the red... That is our rescuer. I'm fairly certain of it. And a resting spot as well in case we... Hello. Some arrows, you say? 10 arrows and a bow. I will take those things. And I will be likely to have great need of them. Nothing can be prepared here. Let's go greet our rescuer.
You took your sweet time, eh? But I understand. I did too when I was leaving this place for the first time. You have to admit, the Red Priests are quite resourceful when it comes to death and dying.
Yes. So you were a prisoner here too, then?
Great question, truly. But in case you haven't noticed, we're still within the walls of the island asylum. When we're out, then we'll talk. I'm told this path leads to the beach. I don't know how, but if it's true, then I'll wait there for you until dusk. Good luck.
If he's escaped from here before, how does he not know if this leads out of here or not? Was this not the escape route he took? So he will go ahead and wait for us till dusk, but he's waiting here and isn't going ahead. So he wishes for us to head on. Where oh where? Right. Let's find him deeper. I did that. Well, I will pick some more chanterelle, for what good they may be. Uh-oh. Well, we have an autosave, and we might as well drop down. some weird plasm, and a lockpick. A jar and a brick hammer. I do not know for what useful weird plasm may be, but it's got me a bit concerned. Okay, we've got some kind of scaffolding here, supporting what seems to be some very elegant architecture. Possibly even propping it up. It may be rather old. And hello. This is not a good sign. I see skull. I see something going across there that suggests vertebrae. This is not a friendly, healthy image. Although this looks like antlers, so it could be somewhat druidic in nature. I see an arm down here and a hand and another here. This image depicts a four-dweller. And his robe going down to about here by the look of it. And that looks squishy and fleshy and not good at all. Who are you? Wait, is that two people or one? There is a second one up there, isn't there? I could swear there's another person up there. I'll have you, mush. Right, you. Come on. Gotcha. The knife is swifter. But mightier is the club. And even mightier still, a spell that restores health. I mean, look at it. That's so cheap and the amount it restores is massive. Okay, we'll take the coin and leave. Wait. The robe is... Huh. The robe is light and more protective. Would they treat us better? So medium down to light, so we would be working on that light armor skill, which is slightly better. But I think I'll stick with our current attire for now. Is there another person up there? There does not seem to be now. This obviously, I would not wish to plummet such a distance. That would be fatal, I am certain. Or at least highly detrimental to my health. And it would appear there is not another individual up here after all. Notes of Father Volad. 3rd of Rowan Moon, 442. This diorama of an ancient four-dweller keeps nagging at me. Why does it look so... dead? All the depictions we saw before seem to be of living creatures, and this skull, so similar to ours, it's almost disconcerting. It looks like a menhir, but the menhirs were raised by Merlin himself back in the old days, so that's impossible. Then how? How could ancient four-dwellers predict that Merlin would build in the future? This is a reference to Merlin stealing the stones to build Stonehenge from somewhere over in Wales or Cornwall and transporting them magically to basically near where Aylesbury and Amesbury are now. The 7th of Hawthorn Moon, 442. Finally, we have it. The ultimate proof that Merlin actually couldn't have built the menhirs himself. We found one buried deep down in the labyrinth. Brother Hugar is examining it as I write this, so if we are the first to explore the depths of the Isle of the Dead, it clearly indicates that Merlin couldn't have invented the menhirs. This knowledge will shake the faith of that old bastard across all of Avalon. The faith in that old bastard, the word of our prophet Kai, will finally prevail. So Kai was her name. What is weird plasm again? Do I want to be carrying more of this stuff? I think I should probably not pick up any more than these 2 pieces until I have more knowledge of their purpose and how they may be of use to me. Brother Tyrell's diary. Poor Brother Jir fell into the abyss. I'm sure Kai will take care of his unfortunate soul, since he died for the good of the entire Order. We now know that we can't try to lay planks over it to reach the farther side of the chasm. They simply will not hold. There's some unknown force blocking the passage. I can see the outline of the bridge, so it should be possible to cross it. Yet when Brother Jir may Kai watch his soul through rocks in that direction, there seem to be nothing there but air. There must be a way. There must be some mechanism or spell we're yet to discover. I can't give up now. All the secrets on the other side are calling to me and begging to be uncovered. I will be the first person to cross that bridge, even if it kills me. Something tells me this weird plasm and this obvious device. Hello. So, it creates a... We need something to make the bridge remain. It appears briefly, but is intangible and ever so swiftly. Hello. Oh, these are moving. You see that? The way they're phasing in and out. And simply slivering. There's another one of those things there. If we could get to that and open a way to connect these 2, that may be what we're after. Do you have a map? Not a map. Okay. Now there is a menhir or menhire somewhere. You better be who I think you are. Nope. Nope. That is not my rescuer. You seem determined to... well... I do not see a way of getting back up here. This looks like a point of no return. So I will take a little more time up here to see if I can... I probably can't. I probably must continue. Now... in that case, I should probably check for any more weird plasm that must be taken with me. And also read this. Commentary to Brother Eostin's Underground Wonders. Author Brother Abbe. Contrary to Brother Eostin's assumptions that the lower level of the island asylum is nothing more than a narrow yet impressive system of vaults limited only to the area of the building complex above, it appears there is no end to its tunnels and corridors. Moreover, I have long suspected that it might not only span the entire island, but reach far beyond its boundaries, so there may be an underground ability to escape. While I would not want to belittle Brother Eostin's commendable achievements during his exploration of the lower levels, he seems to have been all too eager to accept potential dead ends to be exactly what they appeared. Furthermore, my own research has confirmed time and time again that most of the places he marked as closed-off passages proved to be buried tunnels leading even further into the complex. As our doctrine dictates, determination yields results, and we have been rewarded generously for our own. At the end of one of these tunnels, once dismissed as closed off, we have reached a vast chamber, and in the middle of it a menhir. It is a magnificent monument, yet quite unusual. It's truly an underground wonder, as it may revolutionize our perception of those mysterious statues. It would seem everything is funneling me towards this magnificent standing stone. So I suppose I should attempt to discover it. Even though it means passing a point of no return. There may be a return by another route, but I don't believe there's a climbing ability in this game. I also believe I should ready my shield and weapon against the foe that awaits. There's also Tainted. I wonder if there's an infection system in the game. Alright, you. That is a very long dagger. I'm not sure quite what that red means. Oh, hello. Nice dodge there. Gotcha. And ow, that hurt a lot. Without our healing spell, we probably would not have made it very far. Now, I'm not sure if we gained that because we mentioned being a worshipper of the old faith seeking to meet up with the druids, or if every starting character would have that. But it's been a real lifesaver so far. Now, if this was proper Skyrim, I'd be... Hello. Now, that is a menhir, or menhir, of the exact kind we've seen in the board game. Obviously, I'm supposed to pick up a lot of this weird plasm. Brother Hugar's diary. And so the question arises, is there any significance to this menhir having 3 arms instead of 4? For ones in the board game all have 3. If so, how could we learn more? How could we examine it further without touching it? Poor Father Abbe was brave enough to touch it with his bare hands. His disappearance shocked everyone. It's not that he died, he's just not here anymore. It's like he never existed. After that, our Pope, bless his name, forbade everyone from touching it again. But I must admit that I can hear it whispering. It calls to me by name. I don't know how much longer I can resist. I know I should report it to my supervisors, I just don't want to. I'm sure someday I'll hear the call and answer it. I'll tell them it was Kai, even if it wasn't. I just need to know. Don't lie about the prophetess Kai. I am not one of the Red Priests, and if I could disappear and vanish from this place, that would be a kind of escape, even if it was death, to cease to be, to cease to endure this wickedness. But hey, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to save the game. I'm going to save over where I saved before. And we see that the save number is increasing even though I'm saving over the same slot. Just like Skyrim. That's annoying because I wanted to use the same slot, not create a new one. Anyway. It's all gone very dark. Oh no! I see platforming. I hate platforming. Especially when it's really bad and painful. And awful and horrible. Can I interact with this? No, I cannot. You are a dead priest. You have nothing of use to me. The dead priest is a red priest. He is also dead. He may have died of starvation. However, if he did not die of starvation, it would do me very well to not dress as a red priest in this area, in case whatever did him in seeks to do the same to me for my apparel. We're getting closer to a level, ever so slightly closer. Now, can I walk across these routes? That's not good. I don't like the idea of finding out if I can fall off the edge of these. So I will be using these routes as walkways, to avoiding having to leap or plummet to my death. These swords, they're like practically Renaissance. They're about 1,000 years too late. What's going on here? And the wood growing around these creatures, holding them together. Not these ones, but these ones. So is this nature against man? Is it like a kind of almost like scaffolding to put the pieces together, or is it something else? It's as if they have crumbled within their... Whoa! Has my mouse battery died? One moment. I think it has. Okay. That's going to be a little bit of a problem then. In that case, I'm going to stop recording here and see if I can sort out my mouse batteries. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, technical issues notwithstanding, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.